Welcome and thanks for tuning into Foreign Planets, and this our video review of Hot Toys 1/6 scale Han Solo figure from Star Wars: A New Hope.
Hello and welcome to our review of the Hot Toys Han Solo 1/6 scale from Star Wars: A New Hope. This video won't include unboxings. We don't do unboxings on this channel. The actual box it comes in is a fairly standard black box with a plastic container inside. It's not very exciting anyway. So we're just going to go over the actual figure itself. What's included, as you can see, a few accessories, not a huge deal, but there's a few there, including the stand. So let's just jump straight in. Okay, as you can see, this is the Han Solo close-up here, and I think most people agree this is a very good sculpt of Han Solo. Looks very much like Harrison Ford. I think they've done a fantastic job on this one. This figure's been out for a little while now, but it is a very good sculpt. I know there is a new Han Solo that's been just up for pre-order, and that's from the Force Awakens, and that's the older Harrison Ford, and that does look fantastic. But this isn't a bad job. This really is quite good. You can see the scar on his chin there, the details in the eyes, the way they really catch the light, and that's really what makes a lot of these hot toy figures really pop. Is the sculpts and the hand painting and the eyes. Definitely the eyes. The eyes just bring that extra level of realism into most of their figures. Really are a big fan of Hot Toys, as you'll see from all our reviews. Really are just mostly of Hot Toys figures, and we'll be doing some other ones as well, Blitzway and things like that. We've got a few Ghostbusters figures coming to review. Look forward to those, but yeah, this really is a very good head sculpt. We like the sculpted hair, the such really good detail in the hair there. Can't really say much else about the head sculpt. It's just fantastic. It does come with this extra headpiece. As you can see, there's a magnet under there, and this hairpiece actually fits over the head sculpt so that you can fit on one of the other accessories, which is this headset unit, which is it's quite neat and things. Chewbacca comes with one of these as well. If you get the Chewbacca figure, there's a you can either buy these figures singly, or they come in a double pack. The single ones are still available on Hot Toys, but the double pack, which comes with a few accessories, that's sold out pretty quickly. It's quite hard to come by now, and it's quite a high price. Anyway, moving on from the head sculpt, you can see the clothes there. Again, very detailed indeed. Yeah. The stitching is, it's fairly good, and fairly intricate for such a small piece. As with all Hot Toys figures, the stitching is usually, pretty good. I mean, there is a few stray ends on our version, but those could be tidied up if you like. But yeah, other than that, the clothes there, the shirt and the vest, all look really top notch. Moving down to the belt, I love the belt details on this figure. Really is fantastic. Really does portray the Han Solo character very well. It's one of his trademark pieces of clothing, I suppose. So yes, the detail on the belt is very, very good. I'm not sure if these little pieces come out. I'm not sure. I don't think they do, but there is a communicator here, which is one of the accessories. But that comes separate in the box, and then you just literally just clip it in there. He could hold that, if you want him to, but it's just a little accessory detail. His belt there, you can see very good detail on the belt. My ones are just a little bit loose, but still fantastic. Moving down to the holster. Holster has a little magnetic strap there. You see as I let go, it just snaps straight back in place. It's quite a strong little magnet there. So the gun can actually be holstered as well, which is really good. So a multitude of poses with Han with his gun in his hand or in his holster. The moving down to the boots. Now the boots I do have a problem with. The boots, I really think this is the most disappointing part of the entire figure. So as you can see, first of all, there's some stitching problems, some looseness on the stitchings there. But my main issue is glue areas around the boot, which is saying it's great texture. It looks fantastic from the front, but you can see some of this glue around the edges here. But my main gripe, I suppose, which there isn't any other gripes about this figure. We really love this figure, but it's the actual design of the boot itself. You can see the way that the leg attaches, which is just a joint here that just plugs straight into the boot, but it's very sort of malformed there, and it just kind of spoils the character at the back. I think that really is the one part of the figure that I really, really dislike, and I wish that they could have designed that boot somewhat better. From the front, it looks fairly okay, but again, you can see this the way it's malformed, in a place, and I just hate this this part at the back here, the way it just dips in like that. I just wish Hot Toys could have designed the boots a bit better, but to be honest with you, that's a very, very minor gripe, complaint with the figure. The gun is really good detail, however, I'll just show you on here. Okay, and as you saw, as I took it off, the scope itself came off. Now, we did have a problem with this when it came out of the box. It was like this, where the two pieces are separated, and you can see there's two dots there where the scope joins into. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera. I think so, there, about there. So basically those two little dots there plugging to those ones, and there's obvious signs of glue there, but obviously the glue just hasn't stuck. So it's just a case of, if your one does that, just snapping it back in there. You might want to add a touch of glue to your one just to make it stick. But the actual detail on the gun is again. Let's move hand out of the way for a minute, so you can see the just the detail on the gun itself. Again, fantastic detail. Really, really, really good. Yeah, down to the muzzle on the end here with all the perforated holes in the end to vent heat, I suppose, from the laser. And the different tones on the actual piece with the wooden handle, and obviously the gunmetal sort of silver, grey, bronzy on the end here, and the black everywhere else, and a bit of silver there. And the scope again, you can see there's just a touch of a colour difference on the end of the scope, and I think you can see there's a glossy kind of end there to the scope to make it look like you're actually looking through glass. You can't see through that. It's just a gloss end there, but it you know, just adds to the realism. Yeah, so you know, other than the scope coming off, which you're saying just can be just a touch of glue there, and that will sort that out. Other than that, fantastic, really, really good. As you can see, there's a good number of accessories there. There's the headset that Han would wear on the Millennium Falcon, and that just snaps into this additional headpiece here. So I'll just clip that in. You can see that just can be used as an additional posing piece. This has a magnet underneath, so you take off the other hair and then put this hair on top, and then just clip this on into place. Then we've got a number of hands for Han. We've got the gloved versions, and you can see the detail is really nice. Lovely paintwork and little perforations in the sports casual glove, as Alan Partridge might say. Yeah, really fantastic detail. So you've got a right and a left open version of a relaxed hand, and then you've got these grip type ones, right and a left one. Then we have a gun or a blaster trigger version, and another relaxed type gloved hand for the left hand. Then we have two ungloved hands, and again you can see the paintwork and the sculpting on those is really nice. Just see that you can get that on camera. Yeah, really good. And there's the other hand, the left hand. And then we just have a couple of spare pegs. Hopefully you won't need them, but just in case. As always, just be careful when you're posing your figure that you don't overreach your figure's limits. Make sure you read that manual. Can't stress that enough. You pay a lot of money for these figures, and you really don't want to go breaking them. But if you do, you've got a couple of extra pegs there that they always give you. So, like I said earlier, you do have an extra hairpiece that comes with this communicator, headphones, microphone, that he would use in flight mode on the Millennium Falcon, talking to his co-pilot. And the way you attach that is simply by removing this headpiece. I know that looks rather weird. Looks like he's had dinner with Hannibal Lecter. And then you just put this piece on in place. As you can see, there's a magnet on the top of the head there and inside the headpiece there. So it's just a case of putting that down and pushing it down a bit, and that sits on there. Can't really see the seam. The seam is just under here, just here, but it's the sculpt's really nice on the hair that you can just literally don't see it. And there's the headpiece. And the final other accessory piece is obviously the stand. A fairly plain stand with these original Star Wars figures, but I must admit I quite like them. You know, they look sort of reminiscent of standing on the Death Star or on a ship or something like that, and you've got a very simple but stylish sort of silver-plated Star Wars and the characters' names. So you can see there Han Solo, and then the actual stand plate itself, which if you're used to 6th scale, these are great for keeping your character standing up. Although, as you can see, as you saw earlier, Hot Toy figures are very good at standing up by themselves anyway, to be honest with you. You just have to get the feet in the right position, and they can stand up by themselves anyway. Now down to articulation. Now, not too sure with the articulation. We've got the leg joints are very good. You can see they can bend pretty far up. I mean, obviously you got some bunching of the clothes here, and you just have to be very careful with the clothing on your 6th scale figures when you are moving joints around. Always, there's an instruction manual that comes with your figures, especially with Hot Toys, and they should show you most of the articulation, what you can and can't do with these figures, including what you can do with the accessories. So I do advise you to read those. But you can see, very good articulation. Even the leg bends forward just a bit. You can see there with the foot. The foot's got pretty good articulation. Again, that's because it's not a whole foot leg joint there. It's just a joint there. So there's a good rotation there, and you can see there's a good rotation as well with the leg left and right. And then when it comes with the leg coming standing upwards, you can see again good articulation, doing his Ministry of Silly Walks there. Go pretty high, almost 90 degrees there. Yeah. So very good articulation in the legs. There is an ab crunch there as well. You can see that's fairly good. Very good, articulation there. In the waist, there's also a twist there, left and right in the waist. So he can bend down fairly well there. You can see. So very good articulation there. And again with the head, probably sort of 360. Doing his Exorcist. So very good articulation ahead, rotation wise. Looking up, he's got a very good range looking up. His hair though will restrict you, because the hair is meant to come off so you can replace it with this other hair, like I said, with the magnet. So you can only go to a certain point before the hair starts lifting up, and you can see the joint opening there. So if I close that down, so that the head will only kind of go from here to there before you start moving the hair back. So it's okay, but it's limited. But it gives you enough for a number of poses, I'd say. Again, really love this sculpt. Very, very good. Hands 360 all the way round. It's the arms that I have a bit of trouble with on this figure. I'm not sure if it's just our version, but the arms are very, very stiff. I can get some rotation going there in the forearm fine, and obviously saying the hands can move fine, but it's the actual arm itself. You can see I'm struggling there to really move it up, and it's very creaky, and I can't move the forearm there. So I can get the arm back about there. I can move the arm there, but it feels a bit of a struggle moving that arm around. And I feel like I'm forcing it too much, so you can probably hear some creaking going on there. I'm not sure. This figure just feels very restricted in the arms. Maybe it's just our copy. I'm not sure on that one, but yes, I'd be just worry about the amount of movement you can get in the arms with your figure. Just be careful.
Well, that's it for this Han Solo Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure review. If you liked the video, please remember to press the subscribe and share button and hit that like button as well. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.